Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jackie and we are going to do a reading here for the sign of Gemini. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus are the major placements, but anyone with Gemini in their chart at all may benefit from this reading. So welcome to all. There was most likely a reason if you were drawn to this reading either by the title or just your intuition telling you. And I hope that this reading helps you. All right, let's get into it here. Please consider subscribing to the channel. You'll always be notified of readings when they are posted. And we'd love to have you as part of the family. Spirit, what do we need to know here for Gemini? I'm going to start with some oracles here and go from there. Get a few here. All right. First card out we have is Rejuvenating Rain. Clear the past, heal the present. All right. Next card out, Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Okay. So far Spirit wants you to, move on from the past here. And if you can do that, you will start healing here in the present. So I guess maybe inner child wounds, a lot of us have them, if not all of us, in some way, shape, or form that are affecting our present. And, there might be, relationship wounds that need to be healed, all sorts of different things that maybe, have happened in the past. So Spirit wants you to try to clear that by healing it, and, going in, like introverting there and introspecting, and just trying to, hermit basically and heal yourself with some self-love and, just try to go through things. But, Spirit does want to remind you that you are in the gates of triumph here. So you are very, very close to having, success and abundance in all areas of your life. So if you're, wondering when your abundance is going to be coming for you, if you're wondering if you're on the right path, Spirit is reminding you that yes, you are on the right path here. You just need to try to get past your past, actually. And that's the way to the doors of triumph here, by, looking into your past and just trying to heal that and make peace with it. And that in that way you will heal the present and bring more abundance into your life. We also have Valiant Courage. Take action with passion. So anything that, in your life that you were thinking about taking action on, or something that you know that you should take action on, maybe you've been procrastinating or, just making excuses for it, things like that. Sometimes life can be a little comfortable, or, just you just don't want to deal with things just because the repercussions that might be involved. Spirit is reminding us to, just try to remind yourself to be passionate about your desires and take action, because without action, you won't arrive at the gates of triumph here. So yeah, okay, great. All right, let's get into what's the vibe and see what's maybe going on here with your person or with your situation. We'll see what may be going on for Gemini. What can you tell us, Spirit? What kind of insights can you give us here? First card out is Apology. Arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. So someone owes you an apology here. Someone did you dirty. Someone did you wrong. You might owe someone else an apology, but it looks to me like your person definitely owes you an apology of some sort. But, take it as it resonates and flip the roles as needed. All right, we have exhausted, burned out, burdened, and empty. So you all are just exhausted. Your person might be as well. Yeah, it looks like you all have been through the ringer here, and whatever happened, you blocked them. So you have blocked this person. You have moved on. Obviously your person, feels like they need to apologize, and they most likely do. So, whether you need to apologize as well, take that part as it resonates. But your person has, you blocked your person really wants to apologize, or they know they need to. but it's just an exhausting situation here. And you've come into this epiphany. So, recently you've had this epiphany that whatever is going on has been exhausting you, and you decided to block this person. You did some self-reflection here, possibly, and realized that, you deserve better than this. And most likely that is the case, that you do. All right. So we have thrills. So it looks like your person maybe had issues with addictions. They were making some bad decisions here. They were in some continuous toxic cycles. And maybe that was the epiphany that you had. You were with this person. I'm not, take it as it resonates. You could have been married to this person, possibly just in a relationship, maybe where you live together. You might not have even lived together. You could have just, had a relationship here. It could have been a situationship. So yeah, you were in this relationship with this person, and they were in these continuous toxic cycles. This is basically the devil card to me. So they're making bad decisions here. And you came to this epiphany where you were done. You said, enough is enough. I'm going to block you. You're exhausting me here. I am empty. I cannot, my cup is empty. Like, I cannot give you any more from my cup here. And now your person does need to apologize. They probably need to do more than that, but in the very least, they need to apologize. And you're in your self-care here. You are healing. You're doing your healing work. And that's all you can really do. I think there is healing here. Yeah, healing the present. I mean, that's what Spirit wants you to do. By looking into the past, Spirit wants you to heal the present. So, thankfully you have left this person, you have blocked them, you have moved on. You're healing yourself from the lessons that you've learned from this situation. You're, going into your spirituality, you're meditating, and you're trying to figure out, what your next steps are in life and what you need to do to just better yourself. You're elevating by all of this, this whole situation here. And, you're moving into a higher vibration. This person, unfortunately, is in their lower vibration. So, it seems like a mismatch anyway. And they're daydreaming of you. So, you left them, they're daydreaming, and they're delusional here. So they're thinking that possibly by, apologizing, that they'll be able to get you back. Some of you might take this person back, depends on what the situation is. But, I think for most of you, you will not, because like I said, you've moved on, you're healing here. We'll get more confirmation with tarot, but yeah, you're established. You are established, and your person knows it. They most likely know that they fumbled you somehow, and a red car could be significant here. I think that looks like a Ferrari. I mean, a Ferrari could be significant here, but yeah, you're coming into your abundance here, and maybe your person intuitively knows that, and that's why they want to come apologize to you. But you've learned your lesson, and you're ready to move on. Spirit wants you to know that you just need to smell the roses here, and get out in nature. Try to get some you time, which is what you're doing by healing here, and just try to live life the best that you can and move on from this situation. Most likely you're glowing up. I would not be surprised if that card came out as well. And your person's puzzled here. They're puzzled. What exactly happened? Maybe you overgave in this situation. Maybe you're an empath and you gave more than this person did. Maybe it was more of like a one-sided relationship. It kind of seems that way to me. And now your person is left, feeling confused. You might have been confused in the beginning as well, because you probably hit it off. You had, maybe a good time with this person, and you thought that there was real love there. And unfortunately, they're stuck in this devil energy here with these bad decisions and addictions, stuck in continuous cycles, and they wanted to keep you there with them. And, you're like, what is going on here? So maybe in the beginning you were also confused and, possibly conflicted of, what to do. But after a while, you're like, I had this epiphany. I am done. I'm blocking this person because I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. with this continuous cycle with your bad decisions and addictions. So I'm going to go off on my own. I'm going to heal. And you can stay in this little delusional state here thinking that we're going to get back together because, you know, I'm established. I have, you know, this security here. I'm going to sit here and just, you know, smell the roses and, you know, take some time for myself and go get a massage, go get a pedicure. I mean, get out in nature and just, you know, sit among some flowers or something. I mean, you know, even go to the beach if you have one near you. You can take a salt bath. That's a, you know, a nice spiritual bath. Anything in salt water will help you. It'll help clear your head. So any of those things, because you were possibly stagnant with this person, and you know now this person is stagnant here. They are stuck. This was a dead end relationship. Thankfully, you had this epiphany here, and you were like, I am getting out of this continuous cycle, or you know, I'm not going to be involved in this person's continuous cycles here, and yeah, I'm done. And then, you know, it's possible that, you know, for a lot of you that this person was a karmic for you, but that, you know, there might have been third parties involved as well. And so, you know, maybe this person put you in a third party relationship. I'll have to see what tarot says, but yeah, it's very possible that this person put you in a third party and, you know, now both your person's upset. They're delusional thinking that they're going to get you back, and their third party is hating on you. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get into tarot and see what that has to say. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell us for Gemini here? Okay. Yep. Oh, there we go. All right. So in this deck, as if a lot of you have, I'm trying to think of how to say this, as if you all have been watching my channel and watching my readings, I love this Light Seers Tarot deck, but this card here and the Three of Pentacles, normal tarot decks or other tarot decks, it doesn't always look like a third party, but this one to me does. So when I get this card in tarot, I mean, it depends on what the other cards are around this card, but this card to me signifies a third party. And I say that because there not only are the three people, which it's like that in most tarot decks, but and gender roles do not matter. So whether these two are female, that's a male, it does not matter, because flip flop them. There's no gender in tarot. So to me, you might have heard me say this before, but you know, these two people here look like they're making googly eyes at each other, and then you've got this poor person over here who's working hard and with their head down, looking really sad. And it's like, okay, so you two are just screwing around over here, and I'm the hard worker. So like, you know, this is a third party to me. This card can also be, you know, the meaning of it could be working on things together, you know, working as a team. But on this deck, these two don't look like they're working. They just look like they're screwing around. And this is the only person working. So I feel like this is you, and one of these people is your person, and then one of them is a third party. So that's how I see that. So I think that, you know, even though your person could have been a karmic for you to learn lessons, they put you in a third party situation. Now this third party that they have is hating on you for whatever reason, probably because they've looked you up on social media and they're like, damn, the collective Gemini, they're like way better looking than me. Like, I cannot believe that my person, you know, was going after the collective when, you know, and they're probably just hating on you because of that. Well, too bad. You know, you cannot, no. There's a lot of third party BS going on around lately. And I don't know what's up with that, but I see it a lot. It has been going on. It's like rampant, man. Okay, so what do we got next? We have the moon. So your person is hiding things. You know, maybe they were hiding their full feelings for you. Maybe they were hiding this third party. It could be a lot of things. I think for a lot of you, they were hiding the third party. I think for a lot of you, they were also hiding their feelings. Maybe they just kind of like were superficial with you. Because if they put you in a third party, they most likely do this a lot. Your person gets stuck in these continuous cycles, these bad decisions and addictions. They're stuck in devil energy. They're in a low vibration. So most likely they are in superficial relationships where they just kind of bounce from person to person. And maybe they have this one person, I don't know, but it seems like third parties are like normal for your person. That is the way I'm feeling. Like, we'll have to see what else comes out, because I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like they've lied to you, they've deceived you, there's been betrayal. I would not be surprised if the Seven of Swords comes out, because yeah, Two of Pentacles, they've been juggling you. They have been juggling you with this other person for however long. And like I said, whether you know about it or not, that is what has happened and what has been happening. So thankfully, I don't know if you found out about this, or, maybe their behavior, maybe they were breadcrumbing you, gaslighting you, could have been any of those things. But, thankfully you saw the writing on the wall and you knew when to get out and you blocked this person, because that sucks. You deserve way better than that. That ain't right. All right, Spirit, what else do you need to tell us for Gemini? Okay. Two of Wands. So yeah, so now, your person is sitting there in this Two of Wands energy here. They're trying to like plan things. They're trying to like think of how to get back to you. They're thinking, well, maybe, if I apologize to the collective, maybe they'll take me back. And, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, they juggled you. First they juggled you, and now that you left, they see you secure, settled, that wealthy, whether you have some new opportunities coming to you. They realized, that maybe you were the one that they wanted to be with, and they should have stayed with. But the whole time, they're just juggling you here as a third party. Or, you know what I mean? They had you in a third party situation. That's shitty. No, you don't do that to people. And you realize, because you're the high priestess, you followed your intuition. Your intuition told you, you know what? This is a shitty ass situation. I don't deserve it. And I'm done. I'm blocking your ass. Because, I learned my lesson from you. I'm moving on. I deserve better. And enough is enough. I'm blocking you. Don't call me. Hierophant in reverse. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this person is non-committal. Obviously, third party. Yep, non-committal. Absolutely. They have no regard for commitment and, being, in a loving, committed relationship. They're superficial. All they seem to want is, like I said, superficial relationships where they can have third parties. They can have their cake and eat it too. That's exactly what they did. Whatever they couldn't get from this other person, they tried to get out of you. Maybe you were loving and this other person isn't. I don't know, for whatever reason. Or, whatever you gave them, they didn't get enough from this other person. So they were, like I said, they were trying to have their cake and eat it too. You don't do that to people. That's just shitty. So I'm glad that you all moved on. Good for you. I'm glad you blocked them. Spirit, what is Gemini's person's intentions with them? What are their next intentions? The Ten of Wands. Burden. They're trying, their intention is to burden you. Because they know what they're missing from you walking away. They want to bring you back into this cycle with them, this possibly karmic cycle. And they want to come in and apologize, see if that will work. And because they know that, you're secure here. You've got your pentacles and you're secure. And all they plan on doing is burdening you with their bullshit, basically. So, yeah. Exactly. Anything else, Spirit? Let's see if anything else comes out for their intentions. Let's see here. Yeah, the Page of Swords. They're watching your ass. So they're online watching you. They're spying. That's their intention. Their intention is to burden you and to spy on you. They might bring you a little information, because the Page of Swords can also be, a little, information. But yeah, that, they're going to come in with this apology. They're going to say, yeah, I had this third party, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's what the Page of Swords is indicating here. But they're also most likely spying on you. Yep, because you blocked them and they want to know what's going on with you. Yep. Spirit, what's the outcome for this situation? What do you have for the outcome here? Let's see here. Okay. So the outcome is the Emperor. So you're sitting in your Emperor energy here. Now, whether you're male or female, it does not matter. You're the Emperor. This person is not an Emperor. This is somebody who puts you in a third party situation is not an Emperor. Somebody that is low vibrational, stuck in a cycle like this with a karmic, is not high vibration and cannot be in Emperor energy. I do not see it that way. So there's no way that your person here is an Emperor. You are the Emperor here. And whether you're, like I said, male or female, does not matter. Gender roles do not matter in tarot. You are the Emperor. And your person knows that. And they know you are on to success. So with your Six of Wands here, you are on to success. You're secure. You're going to be wealthy if you're not already. Because you were in your High Priestess energy here. And you knew when to walk away. You knew when to learn your lessons. You're sitting here in this Emperor energy. You're basically, the boss. You are like the queen bitch. And you're in your queen bitch energy here with your Six of Wands. Yep. Saying, yeah, I'm going to celebrate now because I am successful. I'm, getting this new opportunity, this new job. You might even have a new person come into your energy. Anything else, Spirit, as far as the outcome? I think that's awesome. Yep. You basically, in this situation, to me, when I see the Emperor like that, you basically took the bull by the horns here and were like, no, I ain't standing for this shit. And you're like, I'm leaving on my chariot. I am getting the hell out of here. So you got on your chariot and now you're moving into your Six of Wands energy if you haven't already. Yep. And you're moving to absolute success. And you're doing that because, this person, you moved away from this person. You used your intuition like Spirit wanted you to, and you left this situation. All right. Let's see if anything comes out here in Cosmic Insights. Any information to share with the collective here, Spirit, about their situation? Okay. So we have gambling, problems with addiction and gambling, bad finances. Your person, look, this card down here talks about established, settled, secure, and wealthy. So either you already have your own money or you're going to. And maybe your person knows that. Maybe they actually somehow know that. I'm not sure. But your person either has addiction with gambling. Addiction came out on this card too. Obviously, they don't know how to control their finances. So maybe that's why they feel like they quote unquote need you. Maybe they want you back because of money. You're sitting here in your Emperor energy. They know you're going to have your Six of Wands, but all they're going to bring you is burden. Spirit wants you to manifest and tell the universe exactly what you want here. If you want, for whatever reason, to be back with this person, you can, but Spirit wants you to know that just manifest the life that you want. You're here trying to get this, trying to go through this gate of triumph here, and you are very, very close. Take action if you haven't already. I mean, Spirit is just reminding you, forget the past, heal like you are here, because you're going to be moving through the gates of triumph here. You're going to get your Six of Wands. Take action if you haven't already. Your person is a gold digger. You are most likely being used. So once again, you were, we've had several cards now that came out about money. So either your person got a reading on you and knew that you were going to be abundant in the near future, or, whether you make more money than this person. I'm not sure what the deal is. Everybody's situation is different. So take that part as it resonates. But yeah, your person is a gold digger. No way. No effing way. Mm-mm. And then someone else, obviously third party, karmic, was getting in the middle of this. So you, you knew this intuitively, and you were like, I'm getting the hell out of here before things get worse. And it's a good thing that you did. I feel like these cards are not straight, but yeah. Yep. So good for you, collective. That's wonderful. Yeah, I think that there'll be a lot of good things on the horizon for you. Let's see if anything else wants to come out here. I think it's awesome that you got away from this person. Whether you knew that they were a gold digger or not, whether you knew that they were using you for your finances or anything else. It's awesome that you used your intuition and got away from them, because yeah, you knew when to move the hell on. Someone is unavailable. They're unavailable emotionally. They're not available to be committed with the Hierophant in reverse here. They're a time waster. They have wasted so much of your time. Now, granted, yes, it's all about lessons, things like that. But they wasted enough of your time, and it's time to move on. So Spirit just wants to remind you to just have some patience, because it's, possibly might be a few months, but, good things to come to those who wait. So although you do need to remind yourself to take action, it might take a little time for you to heal. So just heal yourself the best you can. Try to get out in nature, try to do some self-care here, and try to heal from this situation the best that you can. I'm sure that you all are already. Possibly air signs might be significant to you here. So another Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra could be involved. But yeah, and we'll get a few other signs here too before we close out. Okay. But yeah, for those of you who have left this situation, which I'm feeling is the majority of you, I think that's awesome, and you did the right thing. Spirit is wanting you to know that you did I got the message that you are doing the right thing here. I just got chills throughout my body. Yes. You did the right thing getting away from this person, because they were nothing but trouble. They're going to bring you nothing but burden here, and you deserve way better than that. And you know it. You knew it with the High Priestess energy there. And you got in your Emperor energy, you took the bull by the horns, and you said, I am getting the hell away from you and out of here. So that's awesome. Okay, so some signs that you could be dealing with. We have Capricorn, and we have another Capricorn. So double confirmation with Capricorn there. Gemini, which we have that here as well. Aries. Taurus, Virgo, and another Gemini. So we've got confirmation, a double confirmation on both Capricorn and Gemini, but then air signs as well. So, you know, Gemini's got it a few times here. So yeah. All right. So Gemini and Gemini placements, it was a pleasure doing this reading for you. I hope that this helps you, and I wish you all well. Like I said earlier, please consider subscribing to my channel, so you'll never miss a message or a reading. And until next time, namaste, my friends.